Level 1. Madeira. The house has 2 bedrooms and walls thin enough to hear everything through. You were born on February 5, 1985, in Funchal, Madeira, youngest of 4. Your father, Jose, tends municipal gardens during the day and carries kit bags for a local football club on weekends. Your mother, Maria Dolores, cleans school floors before sunrise. There is no spare money. There is no concept of spare money. What you want is a ball. You get one, worn, lopsided, loved. You take it into the alley outside the house every afternoon and you do not come back until it's dark. Nobody teaches you how to dribble. You figure it out dodging parked cars and older kids who foul hard and don't apologize. One evening, your father watches you from the doorway for a long time without saying anything. Then he goes back inside. You keep playing. By the time you are 9, the neighborhood has run out of ways to describe what they are watching. Not the best kid they have seen recently, the best they have ever seen. You do not know what to do with that, so you go back outside and play. Level 2. Anderina. Your father is the kit man. That is how you get in. It is not how you stay in. You are 7. The coach puts you with boys 2 and 3 years older because the boys your age cannot give you a game. You train on a pitch that is more dust than grass. Your boots are a size too big, so you stuff newspaper in the toes. After every session, you pull it out in black clumps and do the same thing the next evening. At 8, you move to CD Nacional, the bigger club on the island. At 10, Sporting CP's scouts come from Lisbon, men with clipboards and quiet eyes. After the session, one of them speaks to your mother, not to you, to her. 2 weeks later, she packs a bag for you. You are 10 years old. You pick up the bag, you do not cry until you are on the ferry and Madeira is behind you, and getting smaller, and you are watching it go until you cannot see it anymore.
Level 3. The dormitory. The boys at Sporting's Academy are from Lisbon, from Porto, from cities where your accent sounds like a punchline. They make sure you know it. Not viciously, just constantly. You cry in the bathroom with the tap running so no one can hear. Then you go to training. There are 30 boys in your age group. The club will keep 5. Every few months, someone packs their bags on a Tuesday morning and by afternoon their locker is empty and no one mentions them again. Some of them were better than you when you arrived. They stopped improving. You did not. At 14, a racing heart condition, surgery. Within weeks, you were back on the training pitch doing the same drills, making the same runs, as if the interruption was a weather delay and not open heart surgery. By 15, the first team coaches are coming to watch your sessions. You know they are there. You play exactly the same way you play when no one is watching. That is the thing no one can coach into you. You already have it. Level 4. Sporting CP. August 7th, 2002. A preseason friendly. Sporting CP versus Manchester United. You are 17 and you spend 90 minutes doing things to United's right side that the entire United squad will spend the bus ride to the airport talking about. Every time they think they have you, you do something different. Step-overs, changes of pace, cutbacks delivered with the kind of arrogance that only exists in players who have no idea yet how good they actually are. On the bus, Gary Neville leans forward and tells Ferguson he has to sign you. Rio Ferdinand says the same. Then the others, unprompted, one by one. You are in the dressing room thinking about the 2 chances you missed. Your agent calls 3 days later. You listen. You don't say much. You already know what your answer is. Level 5. Old Trafford. The number 7 shirt has 5 names on it before yours. George Best, Brian Robson, Cantona, Beckham. Ferguson hands it to you in a corridor at Carrington. You hold it a moment longer than necessary. The fee is £12.24 million, a record for a teenager in English football. The first season is hard. The Premier League is physical in a way Lisbon never prepared you for. Defenders arrive, hard, legal. The Estover that destroyed people in Portugal gets you nowhere on a January pitch at Stoke. So you stay late, long after everyone else has gone home. You practice the Estover at match pace, against resistance, in the cold and the mud, until it does not just work in training, but works under pressure, in the rain, with a defender who has watched it on tape 6 times, leaning into you. Gary Neville watches you do this on dark evenings when the training ground is nearly empty. He will still be talking about it 20 years later. By your second season, no one in England can stop it. Level 6, The Eruption. 2007 to 2008, the season everything arrives at once. 42 goals across all competitions, the Premier League, the Champions League. You score a header in the final in Moscow in the rain, United win on penalties, and you lift the trophy with both hands at midnight in a stadium in Russia, and somewhere in the back of your mind you are 7 years old on a lopsided ball in an alley in Madeira. The Ballon d'Or arrives. You hold it in the same hands that used to pull wet newspaper out of boots that were a size too big. Then Real Madrid call. The fee is £80 million, a world record. Nothing like it has been done before in football. Ferguson tells you that you can stay at Old Trafford for the rest of your career, that you can become a legend the way the others did. You believe him. You go anyway.
Level 7, the Bernabeu. 9 years, 450 goals in 438 appearances. You stand at the Bernabeu in a white shirt in front of 80,000 people on a July evening and raise your fist, and the roar that comes back is so loud it becomes physical, like pressure, like weather. 4 Champions League titles, 4 Ballon d'Ors in white, a bicycle kick against Juventus in Turin so technically perfect that 41,000 opposition supporters stand and applaud. But the thing that defines these years is not the trophies. It is the consistency. Season after season, when it would be reasonable to slow down, to manage games rather than dominate them, you do not slow down. You become a different player, a better one, by working harder than the players around you at an age when most professionals are working less. At 33, Juventus make an offer. Florentino Perez says you are irreplaceable. You are already thinking about Turin. Level 8. The Return. August 2021. You are 36 and you are walking back into Carrington for the first time in 12 years. The corridors are the same. The smell is the same. The number 7 is waiting. Your second debut, Newcastle at Old Trafford. You score twice. The stadium makes a sound it has not made in years. Not just excitement, but relief, like something has come home. But something is wrong. Not with you. The club is not what it was. Managers change, the system changes. You are 37 and the gap between what you expect and what you find grows wider every week. In November 2022, you say publicly what you have been feeling privately, that you were let down, that certain people did not want you there. United terminate the contract the next morning. You are 37 years old and a free agent for the first time in your life. The world waits to see what you do next.
Level 9, The Alley. January 2023, Riyadh. The contract is $200 million a year, the largest in the history of sport. People write that this is the comfortable finish, the golden exit, the great player going somewhere warm to count his money. You score 35 goals in your first full season, then 50 in the next. You are still waking up before sunrise, still running the same protocols, still maintaining a body that at 39 performs at a level players half your age cannot match. In 2023, you become the all-time leading scorer in international football, 130 goals for Portugal, a number so far ahead of anyone else it will likely stand for a generation. And somewhere in Funchal there is still a street, narrow walls on both sides, hot concrete in summer, a kid with a worn ball and no audience, and nowhere to be except exactly here, doing exactly this, because it is the only thing that has ever made complete sense. That kid never left. He is the reason for all of it. 900 goals, 5 Ballon d'Ors, 4 Champions League titles, a name that children in countries you have never visited know before they know almost anything else about football. All of it built on a lopsided ball and newspaper stuffed into boots that were a size too big. Drop one word in the comments. The word for what it feels like to watch someone become exactly who they always knew they were going to be. Subscribe. There are more lives to live.